Yo, what's up, good people? Y'all know what time it is. It's AA Sports. Straight sports, no chaser. Got the super team of sports talk here with y'all as usual. I'm one half of it, Diego Barishnikov, the Black Dominican Russian. And I'm here with my main man, my partner in crime, 6 foot and under post-up champ. Straight from North, representing from North Georgia tonight. Look like North Georgia Correctional Facility. Tell them where you are.
What's up, good people? It's your boy Uncle Hate, the other A and AA Sports, broadcasting live from the north, that way, North Georgia. What's good, homie?
Man, I can't call it, man. You look like you run like all of D Block right now.
Hey, representing for.
Look like you waiting on the CO to bring you your Popeyes. You ain't eating that shit they put up under the cell.
Hey, that mean I got some people in my pocket.
You been spitting knowledge to them today?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh man, so we appreciate y'all.
Speaking of locked up.
Exactly. Speaking of lockups, that'll go ahead and we just jump right on into the first segment. Y'all know what time it is. It's open bar in the club, free before 10. Pull them up. And just as usual, it's a line outside the door because y'all are broke and thirsty. So for open bar tonight, tell them what we got.
Man, we got damn near international incident on our hands in China. In case you've been living under a rock the last 48 hours, LiAngelo, right? Is it Jello? The middle child.
Yeah, LiAngelo, a.k.a. Jello.
The middle ball child. He plays for UCLA. He's a freshman. They're in China. Gonna open their season tomorrow. Boy, that's funny. You can't pay the athletes, but you can fly their ass all the way to China for the NCAA. Anywho, him and a couple of his homeboys on the team went into the Louis store in China. And they got a case of the sticky fingers. They tried to steal some sunglasses from what I've read in China, people. International waters. You out of the country and you try to steal some damn sunglasses?
Landing them in the pokey.
In the pokey. I tell you what, that can't be the way big ballers do it. That can't be.
Not at all. Y'all hear that sound, people? That's the sound. That's the sound of them doors clanking behind you. Ain't no coming out.
And they in China, people, so that shit might be like a while. They don't play all that petty crime stuff across seas.
Yeah, from what I was updates I was reading today, saying that they are pretty much gonna be on house arrest or house arrest or house confinement for the foreseeable future until the legal proceedings are, I guess, handled and finalized. And they said that could take a week, a couple days, a week, a month, who knows? So it's funny that they on house arrest inside of the luxury hotel, though.
Can I say a prayer real quick?
What's that?
Lord, please don't let LeVar go in there talking shit to these Chinese folks.
Hey man, hey man, we're gonna see how it play. But what's interesting to me, because I'm just waiting every day. Like, okay, there's got to be some more details to this because I haven't been to a Louis Vuitton store in China. I've been to a couple stateside, and for the most part, everything is kind of lock and key. Now, sunglasses, belts, that kind of those smaller accessories, are kind of right there. You can kind of touch them, and if you want to steal them, you can steal them. But also, I thought I read or somebody told me something about maybe it was a hookup situation. That they were maybe getting something on hookup, and I don't know how that played out, because what was kind of interesting to me about it was, okay, normally when you catch somebody stealing, you kind of lock them up right then and there. This was happened the day before, and then they interviewed not only all of UCLA's team, but also Georgia Tech. They interviewed them boys as well, like the next day. So that was kind of, I guess, kind of off to me. Like, okay, did you really catch him stealing it? Is it word of mouth, or are you just trying to get somebody to come in there and snitch on him because you really don't know who did what?
Right.
So that was kind of weird. That was kind of weird to me. But if they got him on camera, which I think allegedly they say that they do, it should be pretty cut and dry.
The TMZ ain't got that camera, that film yet.
Hey, you know what? That's a good point. If TMZ don't have it, it don't exist.
Cause that shit was 48 hours ago, and it ain't dropped nowhere yet.
Yeah.
Come on. But one thing too, I mean, you know, LeVar and all of them outside Alonzo, the entire family was across seas to do a pop-up shop to jump the line off. Big Baller Brand China. So this could have been somebody's, you know, chance to sit there and exploit them, throw them out there like, look, we caught them doing some foolishness. Because he's the most soft-spoken one out of all of them from what I can see. He don't really have no ego or nothing. You know, the daddy ain't pushing him. So like you said, we need to wait on a few more details with this one. Just a few more.
You know, I mean, you know, who knows? And then also, you know, they was shooting episodes of the Ball in the Family, they reality series too. So then they had a camera crew and everything already there. Now, right. I watched some of the first season. I got maybe 1 or 2 more episodes left. Now, Jello, the middle one, he don't get as much pub as LaMelo and Lonzo. He a little flamboyant fellow.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
It's like I've never heard him talk.
Yeah, because you don't hear about him or see him too much. So,
right.
But you know, he'll ball.
Can he play?
Yeah, I mean, he's bigger than the other two. He ain't really a point guard. I think he's gonna be playing shooting guard.
Will he play tomorrow?
Huh?
Well, he's gonna be in the hotels. They're not gonna let him play tomorrow.
Oh no, hell no, they're not playing tomorrow. No. Okay. I forget the other two names. They are side notes in this whole story.
Right.
Maybe that might be good for them and their families that their names ain't really out there like that.
Right.
But Jello, from the little bit I've seen in high school, he's a decent player. He probably will have the toughest time making it to the next level. But you know, we'll see. They say he's about 6'4", 250. He's a nice sized thick cat, and they got him playing 2. So you know, cats that size in high school, they usually dominate down low.
Down low.
So you know, coming out trying to play shooting guard now, we don't know how that's gonna work, but we'll see.
That sounds like Quentin Richardson. He need to be like on some cardio right now. If he gets to the pros, he's gonna be out there chasing wings for real.
Something. So we'll see, people. That might be the longest open bar segment we've had on this show in the 62 episodes. Y'all should be drunk by now.
Yeah, we don't normally go this long with open bar, but you know, it's the quick show tonight. So let's get a few. Okay, let's touch on this real quick before we jump into the Power 5 and then our picks. As Zeke turns again, Zeke is playing. Well, no, he's got suspended again.
He's back suspended.
Do they have time to file another injunction by tomorrow and get it stopped?
Nope. I think the next hearing is not until the 1st. So he's going to miss the next 4 games unless some unforeseen twists come about in the next couple of days. The next court appearance or date or whatever is not until December 1st. So he's going to miss the next 4 games.
I know we talked about this about a week or so ago. It might have been the other day. It's hard to sit there and tell somebody to take a suspension for something they don't feel like they did.
Right.
It's just, it seemed like he should have took them games early instead of now when he's needed.
Right. And that, that's the hard part. Like you said, sitting from where we sitting at, and as a fan and whatnot, yeah, it's easy to say, hey man, he should have just took it up front. Because I said it. I think we talked about it a couple of weeks ago after like week 7. I think they were like 4-3 or 3-4, and we were like, he ain't take the 6 games, and they ain't really cashed in on it.
Right.
So here come out to the end of the season. Now, if he doesn't play if they don't have a next hearing until December 1st, and he misses these next 4 games, my assumption is that those 4 games should count to the suspension, right?
Right.
Okay.
That's good.
So. I mean, if that's the case, again, it's hard for me to tell somebody else, hey, don't clear your name, which is what he's trying to do, and I understand 100%. I mean, you had 2 different law enforcement entities clear him. You had the main lead investigator from the NFL, the only one to interview him, 10 or 11 times, and the victim, who was left out of the actual suspension hearing or whatever, but she recommended no suspension. So with all that into play, I understand, fighting to the very end. So I kind of get both sides. Good thing I ain't a Cowboys fan.
Right. I just looked at the rest of their schedule. You got Atlanta, Philadelphia, the Chargers, Redskins, Giants, Raiders, Seattle, and the Eagles. I only see 2 W's on there.
I mean, they could win some of those games. I only see one gimme.
And that's the Giants?
The Giants. The Giants.
Is a gimme? Well,
I can't really tell with the Chargers.
It's
Chargers.
Thursday too.
And, in the Chargers, they lose a lot of games, but they be right there in them games.
Don't they always play good on Thursdays, it seems?
No. Where's that game at?
They shock people on Thursdays. Like, they catch them slipping all the time.
Yeah. Where's that game at?
That's in Dallas.
Okay. So, yeah, because right now, and we'll touch on this in a minute because we're gonna have a playoff hunt breakdown in a moment, people. So we'll touch on that because right now the Cowboys sitting in the 6th seed, so they don't have a lot of room for error.
They don't know. We're gonna find out about Dakota. All right, let's jump into our Power Fives after week. Oh, you got the totals.
Yeah. So for week 9, Diego went 6-7, one game under 500. Haight won all 3 of our head-to-head matchups. He sat at 9-4 for week 9. So overall, Haight, you're at 83-50, and I am at 79-54. So you got a 4-game lead here heading into the second half of the season down the stretch.
Yes, sir.
It's cool. It's cool. As long as you're close, I ain't gonna let you get too far away.
Yeah, I got a couple of reaches this week, so you might have some chances.
Yeah, it was a couple this week where I kind of, who knows, but we'll see. So, all right, so tonight, I know the game's already kicked off. Got the Seahawks going to the Cardinals. We know Carson Palmer's out. We know AP is pretty much has been the offense for them the last couple of games. With that said, I'll just get right to it. I'm going to take Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. Veteran D, better veteran quarterback.
I agree. You know what scares me about this game? It's either Russell gonna ball or it's gonna be one of them games like they had a year or so ago, where it's like 9-6, no scoring. It's gonna be one or the other.
Yeah.
But I'm taking Seattle though.
All right. So now, first slate of the 1:00 games on Sunday. You got the Green Bay Packers going into Soldier Field facing the Chicago Bears, division rivalry and matchup. With this one right here, the Packers offense, was that Monday night? Yeah, Monday night against Detroit. It looks really stagnant. For Mike McCarthy to be in the news and everything, talking about how Brett Hundley has been preparing for this moment for 2 or 3 years. He's been in the system. He knows what we're trying to do. He keeps having him throw the ball either behind the line of scrimmage or right at the line of scrimmage. They're not getting the ball down the field at all. So it doesn't seem like he trusts him, to move that offense. In the run game, Adam Jones, he was non-existent last week. I think he had 12 yards. Bears, good young defense. They got questions at quarterback, too, with Trubisky, and who the hell is he throwing to? But I'm taking the Bears. I'm expecting them to ride Jordan Howard in this game. I'm expecting him to have 100-plus yards, and the Bears got a sneaky little solid defense, too. So I'm going to take the Bears at home. What you got?
Yeah, I thought you was going to go Green Bay, but I'm taking Chicago as well. I feel like the defense will carry him, but maybe they'll let Trubisky throw it 20 times. Brian Bulaga got hurt Monday night, another offensive lineman for them. So, Brett, you're probably going to get your ass kicked in the cold on Sunday. Yeah. It's a pretty good chance.
And another thing I saw with him, I think Monday night's game was the first game that I really watched from start to finish because the rest of them, you kind of flip around on Sundays. He holds the fucking ball too long in the pocket. He holds the ball way too long in the pocket, and that, contributed to a lot of sacks and shit that they had Monday. So,
he on that Cam Newton, huh? Cam hold that ball, so which don't make no sense because it like you just said, they won't let him throw the ball down the field. If they're just dinking and dunking, what the hell he holding it for?
So, all right. So next up, Cleveland Browns going to Detroit. I got Detroit.
All
right. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers coming fresh off a bye. They should be well rested going into the Indianapolis Colts. You got a feeling? Small trap?
Nah, they gonna kick their ass.
All right.
What's going on with Vontae Davis?
I did. I saw they cut him today.
Yeah.
And
So they held him out last week. Now he's saying he's been hurt pretty much all season. And soon as he spoke out on it, he goes and has season-ending surgery, and then they cut him. Cold world, people.
I don't think they like, because he came out, because they decided to say last week that they set him down or didn't dress him and made him inactive for a non-injury issue.
Right.
It made it seem like it was something disciplinary. And he was like, nah, bro, I tore a hamstring like week 2 of the preseason.
Right.
And then he said he tried to come back a little too early. And it just made it worse, and it's been nagging him. So there's no coincidence right after he said that and defended himself that he got cut.
Right. Did we speak on Irsay on Tuesday?
No, what'd he do?
Did you hear Tony Dungy was on that show when he spoke about what Irsay said about Andrew Luck's injury, talking about it's all in his head.
I did see that. I did see
it was a hot mic. Now, of course, Dungy come out talking about he didn't say the shit. I'm like, how you didn't say that when they heard it was on the microphone? You said it came out your mouth. That shit is a dumpster fire, fam, and it's not getting no better up there. No.
Right. And you would have thought after they got rid of Ryan Grigson, the GM, that is incompetent as fuck, or was incompetent there, that shit would have got better. It's got no better.
No better. I mean, how you gonna sit there and say that about your franchise quarterback?
That you just gave what, $120 million to?
But 80 of it guaranteed, 85, whatever. So you just gave him all that bread. Now you're sitting there saying, "Oh, it's in his head. He ain't really hurt."
Right. So you basically just called him soft.
Basically, that's gonna play real well, Jim. But I guess I talked that shit too, and I know I got this cat on the contract. What are you gonna do?
And plus, it's Andrew Luck. What is he gonna say?
What you gonna do? So anyway, all right.
So all right, we both taking the Steelers in that game. Next up, we got the LA Chargers going to the Jacksonville Savages. Chargers coming off of a bye. West Coast team, 1 o'clock game going east to play some Savages on defense. And no, I ain't gonna jinx him. I was gonna say Blake Bortles is holding up.
Look at you showing some restraint. You ain't want to jinx him, cuz.
I mean, it's really the same, because if that's the best compliment I can come up with, that he's holding, all right, that ain't good, but it's good for Jacksonville. So, Ryan Leonard Fournette, I guess he won't miss a team photo this week. So
oh my God!
So he should be back.
What the hell? Man, these young Thundercats, man, they wild.
Like, no, for real, you like one of the faces, if not the face of the franchise, and you just go and miss the team photo?
And your name is Leonard. That's a responsible name. Hey,
I'm taking the Savages, man. You got the Chargers?
No, I'm taking the Savages. Is Calais Campbell not the defensive player of the year right now?
I don't know.
He got like 12 sacks, I believe.
Okay. Did Marcel Darius play last week?
Yeah, he played.
All right, cool. So, and then Jacksonville got some good things going on, man. So,
Blake need to do something, because it might be a Manning down there next summer.
Hey, ain't no telling. You see, next up, we got the Red Hot. I think they won 7 in a row. Maybe 5 in a row, because they're only 6-2. But the New Orleans Saints going up to Buffalo to face your boy Tyrod and them Bills. I'm taking the Saints.
Don't ride with Ty God. They home. They home. They got their ass kicked last Thursday. They done had all this time to think about it. Drew Brees against that defense is gonna be cold. Ain't in no damn dome. It's gonna be cold up there. Ty God gonna get it done.
All right, we gonna see. You know, eventually, every year that that glass slipper turn back into a pumpkin or whatever the damn fairy tale is.
Well, I said they was gonna win. We was talking Tuesday. I said they're gonna go 7-9. So this would be what one of the 7. So. All
right. So next up, we got the New York Football Jets going down to face the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who will be led this week by your boy. Is it Harvard? Is it Harvard? I think it's Harvard. Ryan Patrick. No Mike Evans either, who will be on suspension. No Jameis, no Mike Evans. I think the defense is still banged up. I think he's changing his pick right now. I think he forgot about
you. Yeah, I forgot about Mike Evans. You almost had me there.
So Deshaun Jackson will be the number one option. Fantasy note real quick. People, don't plug him in your lineup expecting big numbers. They will bracket his little ass, and that will be the end of that. All right, so we know who Hate taking because he just changed his pick. I'm taking the Jets as well. I can't believe I'm taking the Jets on a road game, but I'm doing it, and you right along with me, so now I don't feel as bad.
If they would have had Mike Evans, I would have took them because I figured Fitzpatrick would have wanted to put that thing to him, so he would have had a good game. But no Mike Evans, no bueno.
I mean, it might be a way for them to win the game. Like I said, it's gonna have to be the defense gonna have to step up, which they haven't done this year. Maybe lean on Doug Martin a little bit more. And you got some decent tight ends with OJ.
I was just about to say that.
And Brayton.
That's the fantasy nugget. I'd play them tight ends.
Yeah, Brayton and OJ Howard. Yeah. So, it could be a road there for him to win. Again, it's going to depend on Fitz, and is Fitz going to Fitz?
Yeah, we're going to go with the Jets.
Yeah. All right, so next up, got the Minnesota Vikings. Another under-the-radar hot team going to the Washington Redskins. I'm taking the Redskins in this one. I'm going to go a little bit outside the box on this one, take the Redskins.
I don't trust that. I could be wrong, but I'm going to take Minnesota.
I mean, I don't trust it either. I got to make up a couple games here. I figured you wouldn't.
At some point, I mean, if they get to 7-2 this week, Tuesday, we got to acknowledge that they're 7-2. Because we don't believe them. We said this last week, but damn it, if they're 7-2 come Tuesday.
And if we expect the Packers to lose again, that means they're going to start running away with this division.
Right.
So, yeah.
It's all on y'all. We will sit there and acknowledge y'all Tuesday if y'all get it done this week.
All right, so you taking the Vikings, I'm taking the Redskins. Next up, we got the Cincinnati Bengals going to Tennessee to take on Marcus Mariota and the Titans. What you got?
I'm going to take Tennessee.
Taking Tennessee. I got the
Let me ask you a question, too. Is AJ Green soft and weak?
Because Jalen Ramsey said he was telling him that all game after every play. You soft, dude. You soft.
This cat is a multiple Pro Bowler, 1,000 yards in his sleep. Jalen Ramsey's been in the league for a year and some change, and you telling this cat he's soft. Jalen Ramsey is fastly becoming one of my favorite players.
He got what you like to see. Yeah. He got the skills and he got the mouth of a DB.
And ain't remotely scared.
Nah, not at all. Not at all. He a little sassy.
Yes.
He a little sassy.
I like what he said about I did what the coaches told me. I just let him hit me. I ain't hit him back. But hell, if I was gonna get fined, I would have got my money's worth.
Right. And Tom actually was reading before we started the show. Tom Coughlin actually came out and was behind him and supported him. After the incident on Sunday. And Tom Coughlin usually ain't for no bullshit.
Yeah.
Whether you instigated or not, he rolled for him. So Jalen Ramsey.
But last thing on that, but look at where they've come from to where they are now. The attitude adjustment. They're not no pushovers no more.
Yeah.
They run hard with that run game. If they can figure out this quarterback shit, they're gonna be around for a while. If they can figure that out.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, they're doing all of this without Allen Robinson.
Right. Exactly.
So next up, we got the Houston Texans going to the LA Rams. Damn it, how many games in a row is that, or is a backup quarterback starting?
But the homie can't get a phone call. We digress, though.
I mean,
suckers too. I mean, legit.
Vikings, the Bucks. That's about it. Well, the Colts and the Packers.
The Jets are starting a backup, basically. The Browns, whatever. But yeah, it's none but backups, pretty much.
Okay. Texans and the Rams going in LA. I'm taking the Rams.
Yeah, I'm taking the Rams. Boy, I didn't see that coming.
Next up, we got the Dallas Cowboys. This will probably be the game people that y'all will be. Matter of fact, I know this will be the game that'll be on TV come Sunday afternoon, 4 o'clock. Cowboys and the Falcons. Because they damn sure won't be showing Giants and 49ers or Texas Rams. I doubt so.
Nah.
Cowboys and the Falcons.
You think they'll open with Green Bay, Chicago? Think it'll be a doubleheader?
I mean, it's always a doubleheader. It just depends on which network is going to carry the doubleheader, whether it's going to be Fox or CBS. And then, the market dictates that too. So, in Atlanta, I don't know. I mean, I'll have to look at. I don't know if CBS or Fox has a doubleheader, but I know that 4 o'clock game because it's only 3 4 o'clock games Sunday, and that 4:30 one is normally Fox primetime slot.
Right. All right, who you got with that one, homie?
Well, with the news today that Ezekiel Elliott is now back suspended, I'm taking the Falcons. I mean, they have to win this game. I think I've been saying that for a week or two. But at 4-4 and currently sitting in the 9th position playoff-wise, they have to win this game. No Zeke. You have to win this game. I don't know how.
Dez ain't even practicing this week.
What's going on with him? A toe, hamstring? I'm pretty sure it's a soft tissue injury.
Yeah, it's always soft tissue with him.
Yep.
But I've been calling for the get right game for the Falcons. What, 3 weeks now, give or take?
At some point, you're gonna hit.
I think this got to be the get right game. It has to be.
Yeah.
But Dallas has a solid defense, though.
Very true.
They're gonna be all over Matt Ryan's ass. The only thing they better hope for is that the noise in the dome. But it might not even be that much noise because Dallas fans travel.
Yeah, Dallas fans gonna be in there deep. My suggestion to the Falcons, because it doesn't that pass game at this point in the season, it's not going to resemble what Shanahan was able to do with them the last year or two. It's not at this point. They're gonna have to run the ball.
They have no play action at this point.
Yeah,
that's how they were getting Julio open downfield last year because you was worried about the run game.
Right.
Now, yep. They give up on it so fast, you ain't even got to sweat that shit. So, yeah, they have to try to establish the run game.
Right. Establish the run.
Y'all paid them. Run them.
Yeah, exactly. Run them so you can get them linebackers to come up, and then you can start running some of them crossing routes to Julio and them boys. They can get in behind that defense if you run that play action, but you got to run the goddamn ball. I know it's 2017, and it's a passing league, but football is always going to come down to defense and running the football.
Let me ask you this. All of these damn super offensive we've seen over the last few years or whatever, the next year when people got film, do they not figure that shit out?
Man, they figure out everything in the NFL. Everything. They figured out the Wildcat. They figured out the read.
Minnesota, what they were doing some years ago, and the next year they got figured out. They figure it out.
Recall, if you remember, I think the Dolphins and Ronnie Brown and them cats started that Wildcat shit.
Yeah.
Then people figured it out.
Yeah.
When we had cap and everything, we was running read option. People figured that out. People figure shit out. So it's an evolving league. But at the end of the day, you got to run that ball.
Yeah. Julio not being 100% concerns me, but I'm going to go ahead and take Atlanta. If this ain't the get right game, y'all got to do this. Y'all going to Seattle next week. Y'all got to. So
they owe Seattle some revenge. And the way Seattle seconded, well, it ain't the offense of Atlanta last year, so never mind. I was going to say the way the Seattle pass defense been looking and Earl Thomas is out, maybe Atlanta can get some things done, but the pass game ain't what it was last year. Maybe they will start to show some signs of life this week. So we're going to see.
We're going to see.
The Falcons.
Hey, I got it,
we got the New York Giants. This is a toilet bowl for this week. New York Giants coming to San Francisco to meet my 49ers. I'm taking the Niners. We got to win one at some point.
No Pierre Garçon. No wide receivers on the other side. I'm going to take the Giants strictly off the fact of they got to have some pride, fam. They gave up 51 points last week.
I was about to say, you mentioned some players that we don't have, but the players that we do got, we got heart. And I ain't seeing that from the Giants right now.
Nah, yeah. I mean, I know they won't. I saw they came out today and said McAdoo will finish the season. Basically, all they're saying is we gonna fire you this summer, but you're good for the next 8 games.
Was it Black Monday? He'll be fired.
Yeah, that's coming. I'm banking on the defense attempting. That's what they gave up 51 points last week.
You got to show some pride after 51.
At some point.
51. Because I think the Rams. Right, because I think the Rams scored on 8. I'm sorry. Out of their first 9 possessions, they scored on 8 of them.
Now, if they go out there and lose to y'all after giving up, if they lose to y'all and give up 30, and they gave up 51 last week, I wouldn't wait till the end of the season because he got to get fired.
He might not make it.
He got to get fired Monday. So they playing for his job, which means they might not play. So I might take an L on this game.
They don't like him.
They don't like him. So I'm gonna ride with them for them.
Okay. All right. So the Sunday night game. Now on paper, this game looked great at the beginning of the season. Not so much anymore.
No.
We got the New England Patriots going to Denver, going to Mile High to take on the Trevor Siemian, Brock Osweiler, Paxton Lynch, one of those guys led Broncos. I'm taking the Patriots. I'm not going to waste a lot of time on this.
This is another game where I figured the defense has to show some pride. They have to. But I believe every national televised game they've been on this year, outside of the Dallas game, they got their ass kicked.
Smoked.
Just smoked. I'm taking the Patriots, but I just believe they gotta show some pride. They got to.
Yeah, I want to at least see a good game. If not, I can get into bed early on Sunday.
Yeah, true.
All right, last game of this week 10 got the Miami Dolphins. How in the hell do they get 2 primetime games back to back? Going to see your Carolina Panthers. Why is this game on Monday night?
What only game they could have put on there besides that was New England at Denver.
I guess. Damn. This really should be like a 1:00 game.
Colin Cowherd says a lot of silly shit sometimes, but one thing he has been saying is the games that ESPN gets on Monday have been asked for the last couple of years. And you think about it, the Sunday games, they've been good. It's not really been good matchups on Mondays like it used to be. It really hasn't.
Yeah, I mean, when they started the season, this anticipated it being a good matchup, and then certain things happen. So
But now I'm taking Carolina in this game. But yeah, that's 2 primetime games in a row for the Miami Dolphins. What the hell?
All right, and you already know that I'm taking the Panthers as well. And in hell, I'm riding with Jay Cutler. I learned my lesson about that early in the year.
Well, I take that back because I just said that the games have been asked. Atlanta plays Seattle next Monday. That'll be a solid matchup. That's Thanksgiving week. That'll be a solid one.
Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure they probably play the Saints on a Monday night.
Ooh, that Houston-Baltimore game Thanksgiving week, that's going to be terrible. The Dolphins have another Monday night game this year. They got the Patriots.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I forget. It's based on last season. And last season, the Dolphins did go like 10-6. I think they made the playoffs, and they were being looked at as a team that could take a next step. So I can see now. I'm not thinking about it. I can see why they scheduled them for a couple primetime games based on last year.
Hey man, the league didn't know Jay Cutler was coming back. They ain't had no idea.
Right. All right.
That's so 3 games apart this week.
Yeah, we got 3 more again this week. Now, if I lose all 3 of them this week, I'm gonna be in trouble because I'll be like 7 down with 6 weeks to go.
Me, man, I might jump off a cliff. You remember what week 2 or 3 this year?
Oh yeah. So who knows? So I wonder, you want to do this playoff game or you want to hold it?
Yeah, we can do that real quick. I mean, are we missing much with that game? What's the score?
I ain't even checked it. I'm looking at the time. It should be in at least the second quarter by now. Let's see. Yeah, thank y'all for watching us on YouTube. Make sure to watch, hit that subscribe button. Those of y'all that listen to us on Spreaker, we appreciate that as well. While I'm looking up this score, I forgot to mention at the beginning of the show because we hot right on into it. our YouTube viewers, we apologize. This week, we got in a little YouTube trouble. That's why there was not an episode loaded this week. So we had a little copyright infringement issue that we had to deal with. So apologies there. But again, you can still catch episode 61, the week 9 recap, Chaps and Chumps, Piss the Bad episode. Catch it on Spreaker.
Man, I just looked at the
7-0 still in the first quarter. So
oh my God, them jerseys hurt my eyes.
Yeah, them lime green. Yeah, I seen that today, and I was like, shit.
Damn you, Oregon! This is all your fault.
The only color rush jerseys I like ours. The Patriots was tight. Somebody else had like all black, but these teams with these highlight colors, and like Jacksonville come out there with the all mustard.
That shit was terrible. That might have been the worst one.
Them Tampa Bay's is pretty bad. So it's some bad ones out there. There's some bad ones out there. All right, so we're gonna play a little game real quick, people. So our playoff predictions, rather. So right now, and then starting with the AFC. Well, let's first start with the teams that are pretty much done. Now I got the Browns, Bengals, Chargers, and the Colts on the AFC side they're out. They're not going to have any chance of making the playoffs. And on the NFC side, I got 49ers, Giants, Bucks, and the Bears.
Yeah.
According to Four Letter Network and NFL's playoff rankings or what have you, these are the standings currently. AFC, you got the Steelers at 6-2 and the number 1 seed. The Pats on the number 2 seed at 6-2, followed by the Chiefs at 6-3, and the Titans following up at 5-3. The wild card teams are the Jags at 5-3, followed by Buffalo Bills at 5-3. Now the teams that are technically still in the hunt record-wise are the Dolphins at 4-4, the Ravens at 4-5, the Jets at 4-5, and the Raiders at 4-5. Out of those teams in the hunt, Uncle Hate, out of the teams that are in the hunt, give me one team that you think can move up and get into the playoffs, and give me one team that's currently in the playoffs that you think will fall out.
We're not going to get 2 from the AFC South. I don't see that. So I'd say Tennessee can fall out.
Now, keep in mind, Tennessee is currently the division leader.
Okay, so you're talking wild card teams. Those wild card teams were the Jags and.
Well, I mean, if you take the AFC South, for instance, they could very well get 2 teams because right now, them and the Jags are at 5-3. So even if they flip-flop spots, you still got they right there. I don't think the Dolphins are going to make a push.
Hell no. I don't like the Dolphins. I don't like the Ravens. The Jets really don't understand they're supposed to be tanking right now. I mean, they really don't get it. I guess
the only one I see that could possibly do that make a run is the Raiders.
I don't feel good about them. I really don't.
I mean, I'm just saying if I have to pick a team out of those 4.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what? How many games are they're only a couple of games behind the Chiefs. And the Chiefs, they feel real flimsy right now.
Chiefs are at 6-3 and the Raiders are at 4-5, and the Raiders have beat the Chiefs, I believe.
Already, yes.
Right. So
it's not out the question that they can catch them for that division.
No, it's not. It's not. And so that would, they
feel bad. Yeah, you're right. I'll go with you on that.
And then you look at the Bills. If we're expecting them to build, they could fall out of that 6th spot. So
all day. So yeah, I agree with you on the Raiders.
Okay.
I agree with you on that. That just lets you know my faith in what the Chiefs got going right now. They better figure some shit out over this bye, because it don't look good right now.
Yeah, I think that'd be all right. They got out to a real high start and they've dropped a couple, so they've kind of leveled off.
I mean, they're gonna make the playoffs.
They feel a good team.
Andy Reid gets to the playoffs. It's just from what they look like the beginning of the year to now, they don't look like a team that's gonna do anything like they tend to do every year in the playoffs.
Right. I mean, and then the Titans haven't impressed me
at all.
So, I mean, it's very well may end up being a 2-team race.
Right.
So we'll see. On the NFC side, go ahead and finish up this thing. We got the Eagles sitting at 8-1, number 1 seed. The Saints coming in on the 2nd seed at 6-2. followed by the Vikings in the 3 seed. It might be time to take them seriously now at 6-2. And then we got the Rams, the last of the home field advantage teams right now at 4, in the 4 seed at 6-2. Your wild card teams, as they stand today, would be your Carolina Panthers at 5 at 6-3, and the Dallas Cowboys at 5-3 in the 6th spot. Now you got a plethora of teams at 4-4, and then you got the Seahawks at 5-3. At 4-4, you got the Packers, Falcons, Skins, Cardinals, and the Lions. Now for me, the Packers, the Redskins, and the Cardinals, even though record-wise they are technically in the hunt, I'm sliding them out.
Yeah, they're done.
And we already know 49ers, Giants, Bucks, and the Bears are pretty much done too. So that leaves the Seahawks, the Falcons, and the Lions. I know you're not going to take your boys and put them out. Cowboys, did they make the playoffs?
They're
going to be the odd person out?
Yeah. Looking at that schedule and with Zeke missing, if what you just told me is true, he's missing the next 4 off top. That they might be picking in the first round high in the draft again.
So who you gonna put in their spot? Seahawks?
Seattle.
Falcons.
Seattle.
I would tend to go with that.
There's so much separation right now between Minnesota. What's that? New Orleans is 6-2, right?
Well, Minnesota, the Rams, and the Vikings are all at 6-2, but they're all division leaders. So it's just really a matter at this point of can the Saints
and somebody else. And there's no guarantee with us. I mean, hell, we got to win some games.
Right, and like I said, this all could be totally different in a couple of weeks because the Falcons are not out of it. They still have to play the Saints. They still got to play the Saints twice. They still got to play the Saints twice. They still got to play y'all again. So
they got going forward. They got Dallas, Seattle, Tampa, Minnesota, the Saints twice. Well, Tampa twice, and us again. I tell you what, if Dak beats them Sunday, if he beats Atlanta Sunday with no Zeke, boy, I tell you, they're going to be jumping off that bench. I mean, they're already kind of nervous, the Falcons fans.
Right.
If they lose this game with no Zeke.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, I think Alfred Morrison is McFadden. Is he hurt? He shouldn't because he ain't been playing.
They haven't dressed him because he don't play special teams. So they just been holding him.
Okay. So he should be fresh. And again, with Alfred Morris, the two of them should be able to combine to make at least 3/4 of a Zeke. To me, it's still gonna determine what's going on in the pass game. I know you mentioned Dez ain't practiced this week, so he need to practice tomorrow more than likely in order to play.
But would it surprise you if Dez not practicing still went out there and ate Trufant's lunch? It wouldn't surprise me the way he been playing this year.
That is true. I would think about, if I'm the Falcons, I would think about putting Alford on him.
Ain't that some shit? He's their number one just about now. He was a walking penalty last year. Now he's damn near their number one corner.
I mean, if the Cowboys are able to pass the ball, because now that I think about it, Terrence Williams had a good game finally last week. And with him, when he had one good game, he usually have a couple in a row before he fall back off. And if Trufant got to check him, we saw what Robbie Anderson did to him a couple weeks ago with the Jets. He was smoking them left and right. And Terrence Williams being a speed guy, maybe they can get some deep passes down the field.
Is this another one of them games where we tiptoeing?
No, I'm taking the Falcons.
No, I'm taking the Falcons. But you remember a couple weeks ago we wanted to take Jacksonville and Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. There was a couple of them games where it looked like it could go one way, but we went with the heady pick. But,
no, I'm going with the Falcons, but in a game where it's close like that, I'll still offer up what I think the other team can do to try and win. But no, I
you kind of got me believing that Dallas can win that game.
I bet you want to change your pick. I bet you want to change your pick.
You know what?
Do it, man. Do it.
You know what? Do it, man. I'll take the Dallas Cowboys. Peer pressure or not, because if Vic Beasley can't get no pass rush, Trufant been looking like a shell of himself this year. Dez don't have to practice but one day. Hell, Alfred Morris and McFadden should be able to get 100 yards. The defense, they let the Buffalo Bills come in there and beat their ass. The Dolphins came in there and beat them. Yeah, damn it. I'll take it. Why not?
I'm trying to look up. I got you down. I'll change it. I'm trying to figure out when you brought up Vic Beasley. I'm like, damn, when the last time I heard his name?
Right. I mean, he pushed Cam down last week. I believe that was the first time I heard his name in a couple of weeks.
On the season, Vic Beasley has 4 sacks.
And I bet most of them came the first 2-3 games of the year.
And last year, what did he have last year? Like 16, 17?
So you said he got 4. He had 16 last year. He did get Cam Sunday. So that means he's had 1 sack in the last probably 6. Well, how many weeks did he miss?
I think he missed 2. He might have missed 2, maybe 3 games. So I guess he's still there. And plus, sometimes just because you don't get the sack don't mean you're not there still. So he had 15.
Rally. Dallas might actually rally around the fact there is no Zeke and want to prove a point.
That's true.
I'll ride with that.
All right, cool. All right, people. I hope that works. Like I talked them into changing, and I hope that works out for me.
Feel good about it.
All right. So, anything that you want to add before we get out of here?
No, let's run these Power Fives real quick and let's be out.
Oh, damn, we didn't do that, did we? Okay.
All right, my Power 5 this week. I got the Eagles at 1. I got Pittsburgh at 2. I got the New England Patriots at 3. I got the Rams at 4. And I moved the Chiefs down to 5.
All right, I'm sorry. Hey, give me your top 5 again.
All right, I got the Eagles at 1, Steelers at 2, Patriots at 3. I got the Rams at 4, and I got the Chiefs at 5.
Okay, you got the Chiefs at 5. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I got the same as I had last week. I couldn't move because I dropped the Chiefs out last week. I couldn't move them back in after losing. So I still got Philly at 1, the Steelers at 2, the Patriots at 3. I got the LA Rams coming in at 4, and I got the New Orleans Saints coming in at 5. So actually, my Power 5 is the exact same as it was last week.
I got to start taking the Saints and the Vikings seriously. I mean, we're in week 10 now, and they're winning games. So
I guess I take them seriously to a certain degree. I respect them, but they ain't in my 5.
Right. Right. It's just, I mean, we're in week 10, and this shit is still moving.
I'll give them the respect of saying between the Vikings, Panthers, Lions, and Seattle, they right there on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
So they right there. They top 10.
Yeah.
Top 10.
We're about to find out about a whole lot of teams now because stuff's real. The weather changing, getting a little cold.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right. So, hey, we're going to get on up out of here, people. Tell the people where to reach you at on social media.
At ReK6000 on Twitter. Holla at me. I talk sports.
All right, and as usual, y'all know y'all can find me at Diego Barish on Twitter. Also, don't forget to interact with us. Check us out on AA Sportscast on Facebook, IG, and Twitter. Also, don't forget to watch, like, and subscribe if you watch us on YouTube. Also, those of y'all that listen to us on Spreaker, don't forget to tap that heart and show us some love there. And make sure you share that episode as well. Again, this is episode 62. We are moving it on right along. Hope y'all have a good week of football. A lot of big college games coming up this week. We didn't get a chance to touch on that, but you got a lot of top 10 teams actually playing each other.
Let's get it, Georgia.
Our Georgia Bulldogs going to have a tough game going into Auburn. We got that big Notre Dame going to Miami game. That's going to be a good one as well. I want to say watch out for a couple of games. Iowa has to play going to Wisconsin. That could be a big playoff implication game. And nobody's talking about it. But Alabama got to go to Mississippi State this week. Now, Mississippi State is a pretty decent football team. On the road, anything can happen. So, hey, take a flyer on that. Drop $5 on it, you might come out with $500. Hey, for AA Sports, straight sports, no chaser for Uncle. Hey, Diego Barista, talk to a hot next week. Man, y'all be easy. Peace.